Hello and welcome to our show. Dave McCutcheon with Patch, and I'm here talking to Jeff Tanner. And Mr. Tanner, you work up at the hospital as a physical therapist during the day, and I know you do a lot of fitness stuff in the evenings. Depending on what season it is, you may be reffing football or coaching basketball or coaching soccer or any number of things that come onto your plate that involve fitness and recreation and being outside and being healthy. So
whatever you want me to do.
There you go. So let's talk a little bit about that and the aspect and what you kind of bring to the table for our community and our youth and also our adults, I guess, and discuss some areas that you're involved with. So let's start off. You're active volunteer and coach for Patch, as we mentioned, basketball and soccer, and it's basketball season. So
it's finally come around.
It is here. We're closing in on Christmas and the New Year. We'll start our basketball session right after January 1st, and you've been one of the people that helped us start this basketball program and in it from the beginning. So let's talk a little bit about what makes up our basketball program and some of the stuff we work with.
Well, basically we're working with the kids, and we're working with the kids from kindergarten through third grade.
At Spencer Elementary.
At Spencer Elementary right now. Hopefully there may be some opportunities we can expand that elsewhere, but right now we're at Spencer Elementary with this program. Past couple years when we've been running this, we've been having anywhere from probably 25 to 40, 45 kids I think have been coming and participating. We usually run it for about 6 weeks program. We try to get in at least twice a week if we can. Last year we had to kind of gym space. We got about one space.
This year will be Monday and Thursday.
So we got it set up for Monday and Thursdays. We try to go for about an hour or so. We're working on a lot of skill stuff with the kids.
Speaking of that, so the kids come in, the first thing, and I love this part of the basketball because I don't really have to do anything except take roll, and then they get handed over to you. So talk about a little bit of what you do in the very beginning with them, because I know, as we talked about, you're a physical therapist. Fitness is big part of what you do. Talk about how you get everybody going.
When they come in, we try to get them to the point where we're teaching them good skills that they're going to go through with the rest of their life. So we try to teach them how to do a little bit of a warm-up. We kind of go around the gym a couple times. We work on some just fundamental footwork drills, some running, side slides, some stuff like that, backpedaling things, and we kind of get them
demonstration?
Excited. Oh, no, let's not get carried away. This is small space. So we do that, and we kind of get them warmed up a little bit, and then we go in, we take them through a little bit of a stretching program, trying to teach them a few basic stretches to kind of go through to kind of help, one, loosen up and prepare for what they're getting ready to do, but also for a little bit of injury prevention. And as they go through the rest of life, this is things that they don't have to necessarily carry through just with athletics, but as they carry through with the rest of their adult life. So we do that, and as we get through our warm-up program, part of that.
Now, while you're talking about that, one of the things that I really like is you incorporate counting. And for some of the kindergartners, they're learning to count, and that's aspects of it. And that, to me, is a nice tie-in, because not only are you teaching them about the stretches, and I notice you always give them a talk about, okay, here's what we're stretching, why we're stretching, it's important, but you also have them count off as well.
And part of that is as part of the stretching process, you want to hold certain stretches for a certain period of time.
Excuse me.
The other part about this is, too, is like you said, you're trying to, we use it as much as an education process as we possibly can. Not just educating them about the basketball game or something like that, but we're using it to try to incorporate any kind of education.
Right.
We use sequencing, so we're trying to get those kids to get in the habit that we're trying to perform the same kind of stretches in the same sequence time after time. So that kind of repetition, you know, that's what they do in the classroom. That's what we want them to try to do when we're trying to teach these skills too.
Right, and one of the things I noticed is confidence is a big issue. You know, the first couple practices, everybody's kind of shy, but by the end, by God, they're all booming out, counting really loud and enjoying themselves and enjoying that confidence.
Right.
From being able to count better and knowing the sequencing, as you said, and knowing the stretches and feeling good about doing them. So I think that's a huge part of what you bring to the table by doing that segment. So after they warm up, then we go into drills. Talk a little bit about some of the drills. I know we split up into groups, but like I say, you've kind of helped set out what drills between you and Zach, what drills the kids need to learn. Talk a little bit about what happens on your end of the gym.
We work on a couple drills, and basically in the beginning we start off with just basic dribbling drills. We're trying to get the kids to dribble without kicking the ball off their foot or it's going all over the place. We work on trying to dribble not just with their dominant hand, but also with their non-dominant hand.
And that's impressive because a kindergartner, first grader, just learning how to dribble is a challenge in itself, but I think it's important, and I like that aspect. Use their dominant hand, but also start to incorporate that non-dominant.
Non-dominant hand. Same thing with everything we try to do. We try to make those drills. You got to use your right side of your brain as well as your left side. So we're trying to do that. We kind of go through some dribbling drills. We'd work on some passing drills. We try to teach them how to make a proper pass, bounce pass, chest pass, overhead pass, just the basic fundamental things. Then we go into working on shots,
Yep.
proper form,
Yep.
layups, and we kind of gradually, as they progress through and as we go through the 6 weeks, we try to make things a little bit more challenging, a little harder, pick it up a little bit, and then we kind of get into the point where we actually try to set up. We teach them a little bit of some basic offense,
Yep.
some basic defense. We work on basic defensive drills, slide drills, and all of this incorporates, again, it's for skills for basketball, but it also incorporates just general fundamental movement skills and movement patterns that these kids need to pick up and learn, that it's part of their normal growing process, but also try to sequence things and get them to the point where they're having to think and anticipate what's going to happen. They're having to use their brains to try to guess where things are going to go and logically work through what they need to do next.
Yep, and I think that's super important. And one of the other aspects that I see is as you're working them through that 6-week process, they love it. They love getting their team jersey with the number on the back. They love being part of that team atmosphere and working in groups, not only their small teams, but also when we bring them together and work on the game situations and so forth. And this year we have a new sponsor. A&M Digital Technologies is sponsoring our basketball league this year. So we're really happy about that, and we appreciate A&M Digital Technologies for stepping in and saying, you know what, I see a need, I'm going to fill it. And picking up the sponsorship of that is going to be a big asset for us and the community. And folks out there, keep that in mind when you need to order stuff. I say stuff, but when you need to order computer parts and stuff like that, keep in mind who supports our community when making those things. So,
and I think this is the first time we've had a big major sponsor for the program.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It was getting a little
before it was always done just through patch.
Right,
so this is wonderful. I mean, it opens up for a lot more things that we're able to do.
It helps me out tremendously because, and we've talked about this some, the West Virginia Department of Education does not support our fitness program, so we're not funded for them.
Right.
And by having A&M Digital Technology step in, they kind of save the day.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
And make it nice because the kids really, really like getting the jerseys with the number on the back. It makes them feel important. It builds that confidence.
It does. It does.
And it makes it great for the kids. So
well, it kind of gets you part of that team environment.
Yep,
and that's another the aspect that you're trying to teach with this. Is these are individual skills that you work on, but once you get them together, you're trying to teach them a team concept and how to interact and work with others.
And working in that group.
Work within that group.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's our basketball stuff. We'll come back and do a quick fitness one for adults here in a moment. But right now, again, this show, I'm here with Jeff Tanner, who helps with patching with our basketball programs and our soccer programs. And we're talking about our youth basketball league, which will start just past the beginning of the year in January. So parents should see forms coming home from that. And it'll be Monday and Thursday evenings from 5 to 6 p.m. So
at Spencer Elementary.
At Spencer Elementary. So when you see those papers come home, get your kids signed up. We have a wonderful basketball league that builds on fitness, character education, and group skills and a team atmosphere. So thanks again to A&M Digital Technologies for sponsoring this basketball league and making it all happen. And we'll catch up with you next time.